Hello, everyone. We are the Greg Wood and Greg Herzlak. We're the co-founders of Archivist. We get a lot of questions about Archivist itself and the tools and features and benefits. We figured it'd be a useful time to answer some of those top questions. So I'm going to ask a bunch of questions, and Greg's going to answer them, and hopefully you'll all find it useful. So leading off, we'll do a top 10 most popular questions. The first one, why use Archivist versus other tools?
Yeah, it's a really great question, and it's one of the reasons we built Archivist, but it's built specifically for TTRPGs. So it's not adapted from like a generic note app, and it's not just about single session recaps, but it tracks your whole campaign, including plot arcs and character progression. It supports both GMs and players with a shared campaign memory and customizable recap styles, and you can use it no matter how you play. So if you play live on Discord, you play in person, or even like play by post sessions, we can track all of that stuff. So instead of juggling scattered campaign notes, you get a single smart system that helps your whole table stay immersed and in sync.
Got it. All right. So Archivist is built for TTRPGs, but if I'm a real group, what are the actual benefits I could expect to observe by using it?
Yeah, so there's three main big benefits from using Archivist. One is you save time, two is you improve in-session immersion, and the last one is you boost campaign engagement from your players. So Archivist automatically does a bunch of things you're probably already doing or you would like to do more of if you had the time, like writing in-depth recaps, writing NPC descriptions, and a bunch of other stuff. You can always use our chatbot to remember or clarify something mid-session rather than entirely stopping gameplay to go through your notes. And then in between sessions, players can go check out their character arcs and like revisit moments from past sessions that Archivist logs on the website.
Got it. So Archivist claims that it automates TTRPG notes. What does that even mean?
Yeah, so Archivist turns your session into structured, useful notes, and the same port can be from like Discord if you play live on Discord. You can upload an audio file if you're able to record your session, or even if you have a dedicated note taker or you write your own raw notes, you can just upload those. And we have a bunch of other options to get your sessions sort of content in there. And then Archivist will pump out summaries, session highlights, will highlight all the characters, factions, and locations that occurred during the session, and that's tracked across your entire campaign. And then even the world chatbot, so you can ask questions about your world after all that stuff is done.
All right, so let's drill in a little bit on the features. What specific features does Archivist have?
Yeah, so Archivist will give you session recaps. It'll track all of your entities, which are characters, factions, and locations that pop up during your session. It services session highlights and provides like an overall campaign story timeline. And we also have a world chatbot where you can ask really anything about your story because Archivist has all that context. And then you also have the ability to customize the tone and style of all that writing. And then you can generate clean session handouts when all of that's done in a single click. So it saves you a bunch of time on prep and keeps the whole party engaged.
What TTRPG systems does Archivist support?
Yeah, so Archivist works with any TTRPG system. So it doesn't matter if you play 5e, you play Pathfinder, or even like fully homebrew worlds. You can select your system when setting up a campaign to give Archivist the right context. But if you have your own mechanics, calendars, or your Pantheon, you can upload all of that as lore into your campaign in Archivist, and it'll just adapt to whatever content you put in there. So it's flexible by design. No matter what your rule set, we can keep your world consistent.
Got it. So another common question that we will hear is that if folks are mid-campaign, can Archivist support that?
We absolutely can support that. You do not need to wait for a new campaign. You can catch Archivist up. So if you have, old raw notes from previous sessions, you have audio recordings, you can just upload them, and Archivist will process those. It'll extract all the summaries and characters and import your campaign timeline. And going forward, you can switch to any format. So that includes live capture via Discord, or you can keep uploading artifacts if you have raw notes or audio file uploads, whatever fits your style. So that way you can bring your full story into Archivist and keep your story momentum going.
So Archivist is an online platform, but does it support in-person sessions?
Yeah, we actually work great for in-person sessions. So you just have to record the audio and then upload it into the platform. Obviously, having like a clean mic setup really helps a lot, but even if you can just put your phone in front of your GM screen and record, that'll do the job just fine. So there's no special setup required. You can just play, record, and then let Archivist do the rest. It's built to support your game no matter how or where you play.
So how does Archivist handle crosstalk or any sort of non-related game chat?
Yeah, so Archivist is specifically designed to focus on the story relevant content and filter out all the casual banter. Our group talks a lot out of game and it still does a really solid job keeping the recap focused on the story. So if you're concerned, you can also pause the recording during breaks or off-topic moments to sort of condense the content, but the result is output that reflects what actually happened in your session, not the side chatter.
What exactly do I have to give to Archivist for it to start working?
Yeah, so Archivist just needs some form of information about your session to get started, but that could be Archivist ingesting messages from your Discord server. If you do play-by-post campaigns, it can be an audio file upload, it can be written notes, like whatever you have on hand that works for you is fine. And then once it's into Archivist, it'll handle the rest, all the summarization, all the organization of your data, and tracking all that stuff automatically. And then in return, you get structured notes, searchable moments, and a campaign aware chatbot to help you stay immersed and on track.
Got it. So is Archivist for GMs only, or can players use it as well?
So Archivist is for the entire party, not just the GM. We have many features that naturally support the GM, like recaps and highlights and timeline tools, but the players can also track their character and view past sessions and use the chatbot anytime they want. So it keeps everyone connected to the story between sessions and at the table.
Got it. So that was question 10 of our top 10, but I'm going to add a bonus question because it's certainly an important one, which is how secure is my data with Archivist?
So your data is entirely private. We never sell it. We don't share it. We don't use it to train AI models. And then all the uploads are encrypted in transit and securely stored. Any audio that we capture is purged automatically after we generate a transcript for your session. And then you can download or delete your data at any time. And then on top of that, only people that you invite to your campaign have access to that content. But the bottom line is your data is yours, and Archivist is designed to keep it that way.